there is nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly whole already. You are born whole. You are both a work in progress and a masterpiece. And I want you to know that there is nothing wrong with you. You don't need to be healing all of the time. You are perfectly fine. Unless there's really something in your life that's blocking your flow, then maybe it's time to look inwards. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how you are not a healing project. You are not a spiritual healing project. And I know that this is maybe obvious for some of you, but what I've noticed a lot around me is that sometimes people, they tend to feel that they're never healed. They tend to feel that they're never there or they're never whole. And so in this episode, I'm going to talk about how you can go about this healing in a healthy way, in a very wholesome way, and how you can shine your light bright within your healing journey. If that is something that you like to learn more about, then stay around.
How does it feel to be alive, to be free? Are we truly in the here and now, or are we living a dream that we created? Close your eyes to see clearly. This is life on purpose.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of On Purpose by Lynn. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Lynn and I share with you everything you need to know about personal development and spirituality so that you can create your best life and so that you can rise to your fullest potential. If that's something that you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe. So what I see going on a lot around me or in the spiritual community is shadow work. Now, I've been speaking about shadow work as well, and what I believe is that shadow work is extremely powerful, and we have to integrate our shadows in order to activate our full potential, because our shadows are as much part of us as our light. Without the darkness, there is no light, and so we need to embody both of the sides to become who we're fully meant to be. Now, one of the dangers that I found within this shadow work is that some people, they tend to perpetuate this healing state. So meaning that they feel that they're never truly healed, and they keep finding reasons to not be healed, to keep improving themselves. I will talk a little bit about what shadow work is, and then I will talk about when you know it is time to now step into that light and to step into that power of yours, and how to do it in a healthy way. So these are the three things that I will be covering today. So your shadow is basically the part of yourself that is your darkness, you can say it. It is the parts of yourself that you have disowned. Maybe the parts of yourself that you don't like seeing because it's too confronting. The parts of yourself that you don't fully love, or that you think is annoying about you, or it's that inner critic. Your shadow is a very real part of you. And in order to fully activate our potential, like I just said, we have to integrate both. And so whenever we illuminate the shadow with our conscious mind, because our shadow's most often subconscious, so it's a subconscious part of ourselves that often also keeps us from growing or keeps us from attaining certain things or hitting certain goals within our life or manifesting certain things, is this part of ourselves that likes to sabotage us. Not because it wants to sabotage us, but because it likes to keep us safe. So the shadow, once it is illuminated, we bring it to the conscious so we can heal it. That's our shadow. Now, how can we do the shadow work? Our shadow work is often when you look at your results in life, you can see, okay, what in my life is not exactly the way I wanted it to be, and often it's because of there's a limit within you, a limiting belief. I don't mean that there's a literal limit, but there is maybe a limit that's imposed by your shadow self, that's imposed by the subconscious. And so what we can learn, what we can try to do, is see where things in our life are not quite working the way that we wanted to work, that we wanted it to work out. Maybe there's a repeating pattern in your life. Often this includes inner child healing the wounds, healing, your limiting beliefs. Once the shadow is illuminated, we can start healing it. We can start integrating it with light. It becomes part of who we are without holding us back. So how can we do this in a certain way? Well, I believe that we go through cycles in life. We go through cycles of expansion, like the moon, and we go through cycles such as contraction, like the new moon, right? The moon has different phases in life. Similar to seasons in life, we have seasons in life. And so within every season of our life, we have to listen. What am I being called to do now? What is my energy trying to do right now? Is there something that needs my attention within? And once I've been there, I've seen it, I've heard it, I've acknowledged it, I've healed it, I've reprogrammed that limiting belief, often our energy starts to expand again. And so we have to listen very carefully to our body, because our body is such an ancient, beautiful, clever instrument that will always tell you what it needs, often before you know what you actually need with your conscious mind. And so your body knows everything. If you've been hitting the same wall over and over again, then that is a sign that maybe you have to look internally. Maybe there's something really there that is stopping you from feeling this effortless flow in life. So this is a time where you start healing. Now, once you've healed that wound, it is time to start spreading your wings again. It's like a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. Once it's done, it will spread its wings. And that's what happens with us. And so it is so important to know, even when you are healing, that you know that there's nothing that you can add to yourself. Whether you have things to heal or not, you are already whole. There is nothing wrong with you. There's just things that you've gone through that made you want to protect, or your subconscious wanted to protect you in a certain way, but there is nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly whole already. You are born whole. And life will show you when it's time to heal, but then life will also show you when it's time to step out into the world, show your beautiful colors, and show your wings. Because life will show us when it's the right time, when to heal, when it's the right time to show up and to do something with that healing, to do something with that new found potential. It's this saying that I love, I always used to say that I am a work in progress. And I think we are all a work in progress. We walk through life and we transform until the very day that we die. And even then, afterwards, we start transforming again and again and again. This spiritual growth is what I believe infinite. But that doesn't mean that at the same time, you are also a masterpiece. You are both a work in progress and a masterpiece, and I want you to know that there is nothing wrong with you. You don't need to be healing all of the time. You are perfectly fine. Unless there's really something in your life that's blocking your flow, then maybe it's time to look inwards. But once that's resolved, it is time for you to spread your wings until life maybe shows you a different thing, a new way to grow, and then maybe it's time to go into that cocoon again. Let me know in the comments if there were any aha moments, and let me know where you guys are tuning in from, because I'd love to get to know you. And if you have liked this video, please like this video and share this video with anyone who you think could benefit from this message right now. I recently started a brand new podcast which is called Returning Home with Lin Lim. You can find it in the link in the description below, or you can go directly onto Spotify or Apple Podcasts where you can find it as well. And check out my new merchandise that you can also find in the link in the description below. I'm very, very proud of it. I'm so excited about all the quotes, all the things, the messages, the conscious messages. Through wearing these things, we will help the world to awaken and spread the message of love, light, and positivity. And of course, if you're new here and haven't already subscribed to the channel, remember to do so, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that you can create your best life. Remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye for now.